everyone. Wow, it seems great to be standing here and to come along and share with you all really what I've been doing recently in Nottinghamshire. I've just forgotten that I've not got my little thing. I'm employed by Community Catalyst, who are a social enterprise that basically what we do is we work with local authorities and groups and organisations across the country with the main aim of enabling people to achieve what they want. And what I mean by that is it all links back to really the whole agenda around personalisation, which is the government's agenda in the way of transforming social care for people in England. So the term personalisation means enabling people to have more choice and control over the types of services that they receive to enable them to live their lives as independently as possible. So our aim is to enable people to do just that. So a lot of our work has been around, or shall I say a lot of what my work has been in Nottinghamshire, has been about enabling people who have an idea, they want to make a difference in their local community, and what can they do with that. So a lot of that means I have people that come to me and say, I've got this idea, I'd like to support people in my local community who have mental ill health. And I'd like to offer them a service that I hope that's going to change their lives. But I don't know where to start. What am I going to do? How do I do it? Do I need to be legislated, or is there any legislation that I need to know about? Who do I need to be regulated by? Where can I go and get my insurance? Where can I connect with the people in my local communities so that they know what I've got to offer? So my role really has been around being a signposter. I see myself as that person really that doesn't know everything, but I try and find those people that can help me to support the people that want to make those difference in their local communities. So I'm really that signposter that says, well, why don't you go there, or why don't you go there, or why don't you go and see this person, because they would really, really be able to help you. On my journey, the biggest thing that I have found, especially, I've been doing it now for 3.5 years, and I think when I first started, I said to my manager, where are these people going to come from? Who are these people going to be? Do people really want to do this in their local community? And honestly, I cannot tell you, and that's why it's so great to be here to share with you. I have absolutely been inundated by people who have an idea and they want to make a difference. And that's just made my job brilliant, if I'm honest. I've been really, really enthused by some of the people that have come forward. Now, some of the people that have come forward have wanted to do something because they themselves may have had a personal experience. So they may have been looking for a service for their mother, father, daughter, son, but actually the type of service that they really wanted wasn't out there in their local community for them to get the support that they needed. But not only has it been those people that have come forward, but it's also been people themselves that maybe need a service, that they themselves have got something to offer. And I think you probably all know really that when we feel very connected in our local networks, it actually makes us feel much better about ourselves. And it enables us to kind of maybe achieve to do more when we know that we've got that support around us. So as an example of this, I had this couple that came to see me about 18 months ago. They were both in their late 70s, and this was their opening statement to me. We may be retired, but we are not too old. And basically, they both had a background in social care. They'd retired from that. They were quite senior in their roles. But they recognised that in their local community, there were a lot of older people who needed some support. What does that support look like? And for them, it was just little things around just popping in to check that they were okay. Goose Fair, I don't know if people are aware of Goose Fair. I'm not a Nottingham person. I've lived here for about 3.5 years. So when I first came here, Goose Fair was something new to me. I'm sure lots of you who are local people to Notts know about Goose Fair. I didn't. So before I came here, I did a little bit of research and I found out that actually Goose Fair is 700 years old. I nearly turned my talk into Goose Fair because I was so interested in what was going on. But it's not about that. But going back to these older couple, what they were saying was, Goose Fair, for a lot of people, has been a real part of people's communities. And as people have got older, they've not been able to go and be part of that. So they were saying just little things like, we'd like to just take people in our car, take them down to Goose Fair, we probably won't get out, but we'll see all the lights, we'll see the fireworks, and it would just be great for them to, feel part of their community again and feel connected in what they used to do when they were far more independent. So that was a really good example of them, and they had so much passion and enthusiasm to still want to make that change in their local community and still be able to offer people, some of that support. What I have recognised a lot is the people that I've worked with over the time, they also have some ways of being connected together. So I've worked with individuals, very small groups, who they themselves have become connected and said, well, actually, we might not be able to support this person, but we actually know somebody who can offer you that support. I'd like to just share with you an organisation who I met with about 3.5 years ago called Friction. And they are actually down here today, so if you do get an opportunity, please go along and have a look. And they are a mother and daughter organisation, and where the kind of inspiration from that came from was that Jessie, who is one of the co-founders of Friction, has a learning disability, and she very, very, very much wanted to work, to have a job, the same as her non-disabled friends. And her mum, Jill, who I find extremely inspiring, said, how are we actually going to do this? How can I support Jessie to achieve and to do what she actually wants to do? Please go and talk to them because they're going to be able to tell you this story a lot better than I can. But anyway, Jill supported Jessie to explore her ideas and what those opportunities could actually be for her. And the story really is that they went to a festival and they saw a static bike. They call them smoothie bikes. I don't know if any of you, or even if you had a go down there. And they are static bikes with a smoothie on the front, put some fruit in it, pedal really fast, and at the end of it you've got a smoothie drink. Great, a great concept of engaging with people, engaging with communities. And basically what they did, they got some funding, they got their first bike, and they went out there. And they went to festivals, they went to little community organisations. I think they do some kind of big corporate events and things like that. And more people became interested. Now, what is great about them is that they offer work-type opportunities for other people just like Jessie. So for other people who may have a learning disability, for other people that may not be able to go into full-time employment without the support that they actually need. So that's what they are able to do. They're able to actually support people to think about what their options are and how can they achieve what they want. And they've done so. I think they have lots of bikes now. They recruit lots of volunteers. And those people are people with disabilities and not disabilities. So it's a great way for people to connect and learn from one another. And I think that's, again, one of the biggest things about the work that I do, that often when people need a service in social services, whether that's somebody who's got a learning disability or they're mentally ill or they're an older person, we often think about them as somebody that has a need rather than something that they want to give back. And for me, that's really, really important, that we're able to kind of recognise the assets that people have. And often we you know, oh, let me help you do that, let me help you do this. When actually, how can you help me? What can we do together? And that, for me, has been a real drive in this. I have met so many people that have wanted to do exactly that. How can we do this together? Again, this goes back to that, you know, I've got a talent and I want to share it with you. It doesn't matter what that is, and sometimes if you enable people and give them opportunities to have a go, then, you know, often people will succeed and they will achieve. So originally what my project was about, I suppose, stimulating the social care market. If people in the world of personalisation have more choice and options, what are those choices and options going to be other than the more traditional types of services that people have always been in receipt of? So that, you know, we could think of home care providers, residential care, day services. But now, as kind of things are evolving within the world, that's not what everybody wants. And I just feel really fortunate that I've had the opportunity of stimulating that social care market, so that people out there do have more choice and options in the types of services that they receive. When people are given a voice, I suppose that's like all of us really. When somebody says to us, how are you? What would you like to do? What can you achieve? Makes you feel a bit better about yourself, don't it? Actually, people are interested, they want to know what's going on. And I think that's the same for everybody. You know, as I say, I've worked with very small organisations that we would refer to as micro enterprises. So individuals, organisations of 5 full-time equivalent staff or less. So I've not worked with any big organisations. They've been mainly just individuals on their own that have got an idea and they've wanted to make a real change. And that's me, really. Just enabling people to connect and contribute to their local communities. So thank you so much for listening. You can probably tell I could talk all day about this, but I know that I've got to end now. So thank you so much for listening, and yeah, speak to you soon.